Hi. I thought that we might do a short standing practice today. So, all you're going to need is something to stand on, and that could be a yoga mat, could be a wooden floor, someplace where you feel really secure, not going to slip. And you're going to want a little bit of room around you, not too much, but enough. So, let's get to it. So, we're going to start by staring at our feet. So, looking down at our feet, I want us to spread our toes out the same way we might stretch out our fingers. So, spreading out the toes, stretching back the heels, and then thinking about those 3 points at the base of the big toe, the base of the baby toe, and the back of the heel. And if I place some awareness on those 3 points, two things will happen. My toes will lighten and my insteps will lift. And it's that lift that we're interested in. We want to pull that energy, that brightness from the instep through the inner ankle, up the calves. It's almost like filling a glass of water with energy. So, drawing the kneecaps up just a little, just enough to engage the front of the thighs, drawing the lower abdomen in and up, lengthening through the waist, lifting the heart, and actually lifting right up through the crown of the head. And as we do that, we can feel ourselves becoming a little bit taller, a little bit more aligned. It's as if my bones were stacking exactly where they need to be. And it's almost as if my internal organs, like my brain, was finally over my heart over my center of balance. Once we've done that, why don't we either look down toward the floor or close your eyes if you're comfortable closing the eyes. And we're going to shift our weight forward a little bit just to get the toes heavy. And we'll shift our weight back until the heels are heavy. We might even shift our weight a little bit to the right and then a little bit to the left. And then we'll come back to center and we'll distribute the weight evenly on the soles of the feet. And again, drawing up right through the center of the body, standing in mountain pose, Tadasana. We're going to turn our palms out, breathe in and take our arms up, and exhale the hands to the heart. Breathing in, we're taking our arms up, exhaling the hands to the heart. And one more time, breathing in, the arms rise up, and the hands come to the heart. And this third time with the hands together at the heart, sometimes it's really nice to pause. Maybe take an intentional breath, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, and taking a moment to set an intention for the practice. What is it that you need? What is it that you would like to offer your body during this time? How do you want to practice? You can take a moment to set those intentions. And when that feels complete, let's go ahead and bring our arms down and just do a few little warm-ups. So we're going to start with our feet coming up onto our toes as if we were wearing a high heel. And then switching over to the other side. And going back and forth a few times. That little slice of brightness there, that is not my lightsaber. That is the sun creeping in through my blinds. So I'm just going back and forth, lifting one heel and then the other. And then we're going to try something else. I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to soften our standing leg knee and take our foot back. Now, this is really nice if your foot likes to extend. If your foot doesn't like to extend, if this isn't comfortable, just Just do that again. That's okay. And then let's try the other side. So softening the standing leg knee, taking the opposite foot back. And then releasing. We're going to soften our knees and circle. And you can see that when I'm circling my knees, it's not only about the knees for me. I'm really trying to bring some energy into my ankles and into the soles of my feet. We can change direction. And then we can take our feet a little bit further apart, turn both feet out, soften the knees and circle the hips. I find that softening my knees when I'm circling my hips um, makes it easier, basically. It just makes it more comfortable to circle and change direction. Now, remember that how you do any of this is your choice. You can work at your own pace. You can work at the depth that feels most useful to you today. Let's go ahead and come back to center. Do a little lateral work, so reaching down and coming back up, reaching down to the other side. Just feeling, maybe feeling ribs opening on one side, compressing on the other side. And after a few times, it's possible you will like to take an arm up and over, and that's up to you. Just reaching up and over, and then letting that arm pull you back up and going to the other side. Maybe just one more. And then beginning to work with our shoulders. So maybe we'll start by just rolling both shoulders up and back. I like to roll my shoulders back because I think that 21st century lives, when we're driving, when we're on the computer, our shoulders are always going forward. So I like to encourage them to go back, and I do that by rolling them back. You might want to switch to just one shoulder. And then the other. And we can alternate. And when I alternate rolling my shoulders, I like to bring a little movement into my torso when I do this. It almost feels like I'm a really bad swimmer doing a backstroke. And then finally, I finish by rolling both shoulders again. Let's give ourselves a hug. And I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So it's a nice hug. We're just going to roll the upper back forward. And then curling up, switching arms, and rolling the upper back forward. And curling back up, bringing the arms back down. And then finally, just doing a little bit for our neck. So standing tall, coming back into mountain pose, and thinking about just taking the right ear toward the right shoulder. Now, this doesn't have to be a big movement. You can see I haven't moved too far at all. But the sensation that I have on this left side is a nice little bit of opening. We can go slowly, slowly over to the other side. You might notice that one side maybe moves a little differently. Maybe the sensations are a little bit different, and that is perfectly normal. We're very asymmetrical. And then coming back up to center, turning to look over a shoulder. Maybe even looking down as if you were checking for dandruff. And then up, slowly over to the other side and looking down. And then back up and back to center. Okay, today we're going to learn triangle pose, warrior 2, and warrior 1. And we're going to learn them as a flow. We're going to do a little bit of a yoga flow. So we'll start with triangle. We're going to step our feet apart. Now, in all the yoga books, they're going to say that triangle distance is the ankle in line with the inside of the wrist. And so I can see that maybe I should stand a little bit wider. So there. We're going to turn the right foot out 90 degrees, turn the left foot in just a little bit. The hips stay level. We take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to reach out and then find triangle. Sometimes it's real tempting to take the hips back and the shoulders forward. That's usually because we're trying too hard. So if you listen to your body, you might find that your triangle is here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here. But the important thing is to listen to your body and not your ego. And then you will find the perfect triangle for you. Let's go ahead and come back up. Take a breath in. We're going to do this again on the right. So exhaling, reaching out, finding triangle. And then breathing in and up. As we exhale, warrior 2, we're going to bend our right knee until it's over the ankle. Keep our hips level, our torso perpendicular to the floor, and we're going to look over our left hand. Breathing in and straightening the leg, and exhale to triangle. Breathing in and up. Exhale to warrior 2. Now, if your arms are getting tired, you can do this with your hands on your hips, breathing in and up. Exhale to triangle. Breathing in and up. And exhale to warrior 2. And then let's breathe in and up. And if your arms are still extended, goodness gracious, let your arms rest. And let's turn our feet to the left. So left foot turns out 90 degrees. The right foot turns in just a little bit. Hips are level. We're going to draw up in the core. We're going to extend the arms. Take a breath in. As we exhale, reach out and find triangle. And we're really trying to keep both sides of the torso long. And the way that I do that is I think about letting these ribs just kind of melt toward the floor. So I'm not rounded. Let's breathe in and up. And exhale, bending our left knee till it's over the ankle, looking over the left hand. Warrior 2. We want to take these movements slowly. We're not in a rush. Breathing in and up. And exhale to triangle. Just gently guiding ourselves into the form. Breathing in and up. And exhale. Breathing in and up. And exhale. And remember, you could have your hands on your hips. And then breathing in and up. We're going to turn both feet forward. We're going to step our legs together. We're going to bring our arms down. Thanks be to God, my shoulders are tired. Give yourself a hug and maybe take a little lateral stretch. So that was our little triangle warrior 2 flow. And you can see that the the movement really aligns with the breath. And if you're just beginning a yoga practice, sometimes that is the hardest thing, to get the breath and the movement aligned, and not knowing when you're supposed to breathe in or breathe out. I really don't want you to worry too much about that right now, because what happens eventually is that your body just knows how to do it and you don't have to think about it at all. So don't worry about it for now. Just practice. This is all practice. I'm going to turn sideways. We're going to step our right foot forward, and we're going to step our left foot back. And when I step my left foot back, I'm about at triangle distance again. And you might be able to see that my left foot is turned out slightly. We want our hips to be square to the wall in front of us. And right now I can feel that my pelvis is tipping forward, and I know it is because I feel pinching in my lower back, and we don't want that. So we're going to draw the abdomen in and up, and wow, all of a sudden, no more pinching. Let's bend this right knee until it's over the ankle. We're going to take our left arm up. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, straighten the leg, bring the arm back down. Breathing in, bending the knee, taking the arm up, and exhale. So just moving between these two forms. And again, trying to keep the movement fluid, continuous, aligned with the breath. Staying soft around the eyes and quiet in the mind. And just noticing where you might be feeling things, what sensations are coming up for you. And then the next time our right leg is straight and our left arm is down, we're going to take both arms up, and we're going to bend our right knee, and we're going to hold this shape, warrior one. We want to keep the knee over the ankle. We want to feel as if we're anchoring through that left heel. And then pressing the fingertips toward the ceiling, you're going to feel lengthening along both sides of your torso. You might feel like lifting your heart, only if it feels okay to do that, if you think that it'll be useful. And then we can straighten that right leg, bring the arms back down, and step our back foot forward. Step our front foot back. And again, that back foot is turned out slightly. The hips are square to the wall in front of us. We're going to bend this left knee, take up the right arm, and anchor through the right heel. Taking a breath in as we exhale, straightening the leg, bringing the arm down. Breathing in, bending the knee, taking the arm back up. Fluid and thoughtful. Staying present with what is happening right now. And let's do one more. And when that left leg is straight and the right arm is down, we're going to breathe both arms up and bend that left knee, warrior one. Staying anchored in the right heel, pressing the fingertips toward the ceiling. If it's useful, lifting the heart. And then bringing the arms down and stepping the back foot forward. So you might feel at this point, you might feel like taking the feet a little bit apart again and softening the knees and circling the ankles. Maybe even just kind of shifting back and forth a little bit. And then stepping the feet back together. And thinking about where you might like to be for final relaxation. Now, you could sit down, you could sit in a chair, you could sit on the floor. You might prefer to lie down, and that's fine too. So take a moment to get yourself comfortable. If you're going to lie down, you might place something underneath the back of the thighs. If you're seated, you want both feet flat on the floor. You want your spine supported so you can sit up tall. And I think I'll join you right here. Once you are settled, go ahead and close your eyes. And let's take just a couple intentional breaths, breathing in through the nose and exhale. Breathing in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. As we exhale, noticing the weight of our body settling, as if we were handing ourselves over to gravity and trusting the support of the surface that we're resting on. And returning to normal breathing, we can soften around the eyes, relax the jaw. With an exhalation, let go of the shoulders. And with an exhalation, letting go of the weight of the arms. Softening the fingers. And then shifting some awareness to the torso so that we can notice how the breath moves the body, the rise and fall that we might feel in the abdomen, the expansion that we might notice in the rib cage. And sometimes it's even possible to discern just a little bit of movement in the spine when we breathe. So just take a moment and see what you notice. Let's relax the hips and soften the thighs, the upper legs, softening the calves, the ankles, relaxing the top of the feet, the soles of the feet, and finally softening the toes. And giving yourself permission to rest for another few moments. And then when you're ready, bringing a little bit of movement to the fingers, to the toes. Maybe offering yourself a stretch. And if you haven't opened your eyes yet, and I've not opened mine, you could rub your hands together really briskly until you feel that warmth. And then just cup the palms of your hands over your eyes. And then you can begin to blink the eyes open and maybe spread the fingers apart just enough to let some light filter through. And that way, it's just not quite as aggressive as it is to just open the eyes to bright sunlight. So it's just a little bit more calming to open the eyes that way. So I hope you enjoyed this practice. Remember that you can combine this video with any of the other ones to form your own personal practice. Be creative and practice. Bye.